Hello everyone, this is the target mat video. You are going to find some clever ways to work with your dog on using target mats, which is good for focus, impulse control, body awareness, self-confidence, and following directions. Alright, first we're going to start with a little guy who hasn't done anything like this before. He's a little tentative about the mat. So you've got your mat on the ground, and we are just luring him onto it with a treat. Then as soon as his foot touches that mat, we tell him, yes, good boy, give him the treat. Take him to the second mat, same thing, lure him on. As soon as he touches it, yes, good boy, gives him a treat. So we do that a few times, get him a little more comfortable with the mats. He's a smart dog, so he figures out pretty quickly that his foot on the mat is what we're looking for. And you can see his confidence start to build. His little wheels are turning like, oh, okay, touch, and then yes. And you can use the cue word target to have him touch the mat when you tell him to target. There we go. You might also want to try putting the treat directly on the mat if you've got a dog that's a little nervous about it. Unless it's a real big dog, then he's just going to be able to reach down and snag it. But if there's any opportunity for him to touch that mat by putting the treat on there, you can try that, and then the second his nose or paw hits that mat, say yes, so he knows that's what you're looking for. There we go. And now we're moving him back and forth a little quicker, spacing out the treats. He doesn't have to have one each time. Now he's just kind of getting it like, oh, I touched the mat. That's what I'm supposed to do. Now he's really got it. He's moving. He's having fun. Whoops, I forgot. There we go. And back to the other one. So this is a good way to start a dog who doesn't know this activity, or somebody that might be a little timid. And you can gradually separate the mats, make them a little further apart. You can walk, you can run, mix it up a little bit, get them paying attention to you, following directions. And this is a good way to teach directional cues. You'll see this guy, that's exactly what he's doing. He's following directional cues. He's played this a number of times. He knows touching the targets is what we're looking for. So we're just pointing to the one for him to go touch and then calling him back to us. And that's the game. And this is really fun. You can do this indoors, outdoors. You can vary the distance between the mats. You can vary where they are in your house. Send them to go target the mat and then come back to you. And Luna's also a seasoned vet of this game, so she's following directional cues well, having fun. This is a good way to exercise your dog when you're feeling too lazy to actually go out and run around with them. Just send them all over the house looking for target mats. Alright. Here's another example of a dog who's very comfortable targeting the mats and following directional cues. And she loves this. She would do this all day. So it's a good mental and physical activity. Whoop. She's a lab. Okay, next dog. She understands the game, but you're going to see in just a few seconds she quickly gets overstimulated by the game. So if you have a dog that does this, we'll show you how you can get them to calm down and get their attention and focus back on you, make you relevant again. Okay, you can see she's a young golden doodle. Gets easily excited, gets a little spastic. Alright. So we purposely left this in the video to show you if your dog does do this, she just starts tearing around the yard, not wanting to do what we're asking her to do. The play bow is her default behavior. If she's in conflict or trying to change the context of something, she play bows. That wasn't working, so now she's got all this excessive energy to get out. I love everybody back there just staring at her like, what are you doing? Alright, so if your dog gets like this, bring them back to you And now we're just doing some simple touch exercises, having her touch our hands just to get her to calm down, get her focus back on us. Okay, we're trying to have her target the mat again. She's not quite ready. Almost. So pull her aside, maybe do some more touch, just get her to settle. Calm her down. Now if this doesn't work, then you might just want to pick up the mats and calmly just end the game. Let them de-escalate a bit, and then you could start over if you want. She's trying to get it together, and we're trying to work with it. There we go. She is just not ready to focus on those mats. If you think your dog might behave like this, you can leave a leash on while you start this exercise. Keep them near you. Okay, we're going to jump to this young golden. We're setting her to touch and then come back, following directional cues. And we're going to turn this into a creative thinking game. So we're doing this a few times just to remind her, okay, remember the game is you touch mats and then you come back to me. And in just a second, and it was several minutes later in the day, we put the mats out and didn't give her any cues or direction, and we just wanted to see if on her own she would go touch the mats. She wasn't like running up to them, so we kind of walked toward it like hint hint, look, there's a mat on the ground, what do we do with that? And she did touch it, so then we called her back, gave her a reward. That time she did just go touch it. Walking back to Monica. So she kind of gets it, but that's what you can try to graduate to, is a creative thinking game. Just randomly toss the mat on the ground and see if your dog runs to it and touches it and comes back to you. That is a real mental workout for them. So that is the target mat. If you have any questions, drop us an email. Have fun.